Yeah, we're back. We're back, badass. My phone was about to go out. I forgot my charger. I left the charger in the car, so I had to run. I didn't want it to just go out, so that's why I was like, yeah, wait a minute, child. I gotta check something. I'll be back. I wanted y'all to know I was coming right back. I didn't want the phone to just cut off. Man, I wasn't paying attention. I had the charger with me and got out of the car and left the charger. And I looked up and it said 2%. And you know how it is when it gets down to like what, 2 and 3%. It has that little X on it. Hey Betty, hey again. Betty, I thought the phone was gonna go out. And y'all know a lot of times I'm not looking down at the phone because I'm trying to pay attention to where I'm walking. And I didn't want the phone to go out, and I would have never known at what point it went out. Badass says, hey again, for retirement days. I bet Buddha was like, what's going on? But happy Wednesday again, y'all. Happy hump day. It's the middle of the week, okay? Half the week down. And of course, I would get a phone call. We're half and half. We're in the middle. We're in the middle. So I hope you guys, I hope your week has been going well. I hope you're doing good. Uh-oh, y'all hear that train? Same time every day. Same time every day. I'll mute for a few seconds. Hey, Melissa. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? What you up to, Melissa? Badass said, hey there, Melissa. Y'all hear all that noise? I feel like I'm in an action movie. You got the train going by. You got a helicopter ahead, overhead. You got all that noise going on. I finally got to stop in while you're actually live. I've seen you. I've seen you. Hey, Melissa, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys to stop by. If you leave a comment, if you just look and say, I'll just watch for a few seconds, for a few minutes, I appreciate you. I've seen you, I've seen you modding. You see me modding? Where? Okay, y'all, so at least the train wasn't that bad today. Something told me it would just be like maybe a few seconds to a minute or so. I figured that's what it was, Melissa. Look, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad when I do that. When when I'm trying to do something, well, when I'm trying to type something, and then it's like sometimes you don't even notice it until like you go back. It's been times I left comments, y'all, and I don't even know that the comment was crazy until I go back. Like it may give me a notification that somebody liked it or, replied to it or something. And I'm like, oh my gosh, autocorrect can get you in trouble sometimes. Because y'all know how some people are. Your autocorrect mess around and says something crazy and have you out here looking crazy. And I'm like, sometimes when you see some stuff, you gotta, to just reread it again or to try to figure out what they mean. Because I'm telling you, that autocorrect is something else. But yes, y'all, it's been hot today. It's been real hot today. Yesterday and today. But today, the difference is, I hope this wind isn't hurting you know how the wind is on the microphone. So I hope it's okay. I hope it's not too bad. But this wind does feel good. It feels good. Y'all hear the cicadas? You hear the cicadas? The birds are quiet today, y'all. The birds are quiet. I'm listening for my birds. I'm listening for my birds, but they're quiet today. The birds are quiet today, but I hear the cicadas. I hear the cicadas. Who was that? Me and Badass talking the other day. Sometimes it's just, you need to hear those sounds of nature. You know, you don't have to travel anywhere to hear those sounds. You just go right outside in your front yard, in your backyard, and you hear those sounds of nature. So, if you guys have not, you know what I'm on here for, right? Encouraging you to move, to get up and move at least, look, bare minimum 15. But I really want to encourage you to move 30 minutes each day, 5 days a week. There's nothing wrong with doing it 7 days. Cardio is good every day. Okay? Cardio is good every day. But for those who have really, really busy schedules, strive for 5 days a week. That way, if you miss a day or two, you've done at least 3. Strive for 30 minutes as well, because it is recommended. The research recommends, okay, 5 days a week, 30 minutes, 150 minutes per week. But again, there's nothing wrong if you want to go day 6 and day 7. And if you just, you know, you're getting into it, you're not really used to it, go ahead and try to do at least 3. Okay? Look at the legs move. Watch the legs move. Let these legs encourage you to get up and move. Move your legs, move your arms, move your body. Put a little twitch in your walk, okay? Put a little twitch in your walk. And remember, walking backwards. Walking backwards. Okay? So put a little switch in your walk. Put a little twist, a little switch in your walk so you can hit those obliques while you're getting that cardio in, okay? Today was beautiful. Yesterday was 105. Oh my gosh, heat index. Today's high was 82. Oh my gosh. It was so hot yesterday. Badass. It was so hot yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, and then see, that's why I say, when I ask sometimes like, what's the hottest month to you? You know, each year is different. But July and August for sure are the 2 hottest months usually. June can get in there too sometimes, but July and August, they're gonna give you a run for your money. And for me, I feel like August is the hottest. It's the hottest. It's like it's saying to you, you got one more month of summer, right? And I'm about to show out. To me, August has always been the hottest month of the year. And you've had some years where, you know, July may have beat August out, but let me tell you, August is nothing to play with. I think some people feel like July is the hottest because that's when that heat really kicks in. Like June is hot, but in July, that heat really kicks in. So I think a lot of people feel like, you know, that's the hottest month. But again, July has given August a run for the money. So July has had its times where it's been the hottest. But it ain't nothing like August. Let me tell you, August will whoop your butt. So it's been raining. That's been a good thing. It's been cooling things off. So again, I encourage you to get up and move your legs, bend those knees, bend that hip joint, okay? Move those ankles. When you get some time, if you're sitting at your desk, point it out. Draw circles. Use that big toe and picture yourself drawing a circle. Okay? Work those ankles. Work those ankles. And before, as I say in every live, before starting or re-implementing any workout plan, routine, or regimen, always contact all of your primary healthcare providers, okay? Your general practitioner, your regular doctor, his physician's assistant, his nurse practitioner, any specialty doctor that you have, okay? Physical therapist that you have because of a past injury or something. Occupational therapist that you have because of a past injury or something. Contact all of them. It's a team effort. It's a collaborative effort. You guys make up a team, okay? They lock arm in arm and create a circle. That circle is what I call an atom. And you, my dear ma'am and sir, are the nucleus of that atom, okay? You are the nucleus of that atom, okay? So take the knowledge that they give you and feed that atom, okay? We might not be at our best. We may not be perfect, but we can always strive to do better, right? Badass says, oh yeah, I'm in West Tennessee. Our humidity is just like New Orleans. Oh my gosh. Really? Look, Badass, it's always that humidity, right? It's always that humidity. I mean, when it's hot, but that humidity, it makes it way worse. It makes it way worse. Makes you feel hotter, makes you feel all drained. And you know, you guys make sure that you're getting enough water, okay? Hydration, hydration, hydration. Hydration is kind of like moderation. It's key, right? Hydration is key, just like moderation is key. So if you have not been exercising regularly, routinely, don't jump up and think that you're supposed to be Wonder Woman or Superman, okay? Start off slow. I always say that I recommend 30 minutes for cardiovascular activity each day. But if you haven't been doing it, 15 minutes is fine. I never recommend less than 15 minutes unless for some reason you just can't, okay? You can't. And that's why I say the information over here is for informational purposes only. You have to contact your healthcare providers, all right? They are your team. They are your team of experts, right? Some of us have been trained formally, professionally, but we are on YouTube and any other social media platform. And when you're on there, because you aren't licensed to train maybe everywhere, you have to be mindful of the information that you put out. And you shouldn't just be putting out information that you hear other people say, well, that you see them say on their videos, right? You should be putting in the information that you know through education, experience. And because a lot of it is by experience, we have to do the disclaimer, because what works for me may not work for the next person. What works for that person may not work for me, right? But what we do over here, we drop nuggets. So some of the things that you guys put in the chat, some of the things that I say, they can work for you, they can work for me. And if they can't, we can take those nuggets and disperse those nuggets to our family members, our friends, church members, co-workers, fellow students, people in the grocery store, okay? People that you just happen to encounter when paying your bills or something. So just drop those nuggets and make sure that they know. It may not work for them, but it may, or it may work for someone that they love. All right? Don't just disseminate information that you may really not know to be true or untrue or untested, right? We shouldn't do that. You do a disservice to the people who are listening, and you do a disservice to yourself for credibility. You do a disservice to the people who are listening, and you do yourself a disservice when it relates to credibility. Again, a lot of us work in certain fields, have been trained professionally, clinically, all right, medically, etc. And we know what we're talking about. But at the same time, no one remedy works for everybody. So we have to not only go by the copyright 107, which we all know about, but we have to have our own personal disclaimers, especially based on your profession. Based on your profession. You even have doctors on here who let you know it is for informational purposes only to contact your own primary healthcare providers. And never leave out your specialty doctors. Like Badass said recently, open communication. I know we don't like to tell them every little thing all the time, but typically we know what we should be telling our doctors, okay? And I know it can be embarrassing sometimes asking some questions and saying certain things, but hey, it is what it is. And I totally understand because why it's embarrassing, because sometimes when you go to some people, the doctors, the nurses, the assistants, the techs, some of them have little judgmental attitudes, right? They have judgmental attitudes. So, and nobody likes to encounter that. Nobody likes to encounter someone who has a judgmental attitude. If you work in those professions, your jobs are to help people, not to judge people. But as we know, everybody is human. So even though we are supposed to abide by certain rules, laws, and regulations, and ethics, morals, medical codes, and standards, some people don't follow those. And it makes a person kind of, reluctant to share things. So if you work in any of those fields, make people comfortable, okay? Allow people to feel comfortable when you're talking to them. And leave the judgment Leave the judgment behind, okay? Leave the judgment behind. All of us are human. All of us have done things. We're trying to get things right and we're trying to do things better. So leave the judgment behind and just help people. And again, I want you guys to look at the legs move. Watch the legs move. Keep moving. Keep moving daily. Be consistent and be persistent. Okay? Be consistent and be persistent. Be consistent and persistent. And another thing, don't wait on people to motivate you. Yes, many of us are online to motivate people, you know, but that only goes so far. It's a good thing to do, but don't let someone else's motivation be the driving force that makes you continue to go. Let someone else's motivation be the key, or the maybe even help you turn the ignition a little bit. But be motivated by yourself. Self-motivation. Self-motivation is key. So be motivated by yourself. Okay? I know that's a hard thing to do. It's just like when they tell us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. You know, that's what we got to do that as relates to anything. The good things we go through, the bad things we go through, the trying times. It's great to have someone to lean on and to depend on, but a lot of times your biggest cheerleader, your biggest motivator is going to be the person that looks back at you in the mirror. Don't depend on somebody else to be your motivation factor. Okay? Don't depend on someone else to be your motivation factor. Don't depend on someone else to be the key to your success. Do you. Do you. Be originally and uniquely you. Do it your way. That's the best way. Doing it any other way, you won't be persistent and you won't be consistent. And even if you are, inside, you're going to feel like it's something you got to do because you're trying to make sure you keep up. Don't have that feeling inside. So yeah, on the outside, we may see you getting it. But if somebody else's motivation is your motivation, then inside you're not feeling your best. You're not feeling your best. So do what makes you feel best. And watch these legs move and let them motivate you to move. It can be walking, but walking isn't the be all. It can be running, it can be jogging, it can be skipping, it can be sprinting, okay? It can be swimming, it can be dancing, it can be getting up, going skating one day, 2 days out of the week, okay? Use your home as your equipment. There are so many ways we can exercise in the home without going out purchasing so much equipment, okay? Elliptical, treadmill, stationary bike, ride your bike around your neighborhood, walk around every room of your house, walk around the biggest room of your house, walk around the outside of your house. When you get hot, go inside to the cool, okay? Okay, there are a plethora of ways. There are many ways that you can get up and get in cardiovascular activity for at least 30 minutes. And don't think about what you're doing. When you're exercising, getting your cardiovascular exercise in, focus on other things. Think about pleasant things. Use that time as a time to get your mental intact. Okay? It may not get 100%, but just use that time to get some release from all of the other things that you've gone through throughout the day or the week. Okay? Get a release from the things you've gone through throughout the day and throughout the week. And another thing, use that as your me time. Use that as your me time. I get on here and I do a cool down, but as you guys know, I look at my workout as a meal, right? My warm up is my appetizer. My workout is my entree. And my cool down is my dessert. This is my second cool down. This is my second cool down. Because when I do my first cool down, my workout routine, that's when I get my me time. That's when I get the me time in. So when I come on here with you guys, Whether it's 1 in the chat, 10 in the chat, 18 in the chat, it doesn't matter. The chat doesn't have to be full. That's a misconception, okay, that a lot of people have. And it's not necessarily a misconception per se, because a lot of people like that. But I love, love, love a low-key chat where people are having conversations to encourage each other to be who we are. Encourage each other to be who we are. We act silly sometimes, and we drop nuggets most of the time. And a lot of times you might just want to walk. I have a lot of people that email me that say they just like to walk, okay? They might just like to see you walk. Let them see you walk, 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 walk. Get your walks in and make sure that they're brisk. Make them count, okay? Make sure that they're brisk. Make them count. When you're done, cool down. Okay, you want to remember to stretch before, during, and after. Now, stretching during your workout isn't always necessarily something that everybody has to do. But if you feel that those muscles aren't quite loose enough yet, they're tightening up a little bit, they're getting tired, stretching will do wonders right in the middle. Right in the middle. What do we say it's about? Radar. R-A-D-A-R. So R is the warm-up, okay? And in that warm-up, you have stretching, because we want to start with stretching, okay? So R actually is the stretching by itself. Focus on that. A is your warm-up. D is your workout. A is your cool down. And the last R is what? You already know. Stretching. You end how you start. You start how you end. And if at some point during D, your workout, you need to stretch again, do so. Do so. Hey, Joshua, how you doing? Hey, Joshua. How are you? How are you? How are you? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're doing great. So again, we're just over here chatting about different things like we always do. But the main focus is that I want people to see the legs moving. Look at the legs move. Look at the feet. Look at the legs and feet move. Geez, I hope I can say that. Look at the legs and feet move. Look at the legs and feet. Look at them move. Let them motivate you to move. However you want to. However you want to. You can walk. But it's not so much as to hone in on exactly what I'm doing. It's the fact that we're moving. We want you to move consistently, persistently, for at least 30 minutes each day, depending on your schedule, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your goals. You can go longer. You may have a shorter time. But if for fitness, at the end of the day, whether it's for weight loss, health, or just to clear your mind, to get your mind in a better state, it's all about fitness. Fitness of the mind, fitness of the body, and fitness of the soul. Right? And if you're also incorporating resistance training, you're involving weights, don't be discouraged if the scale doesn't move, if weight loss is your thing. Because most of us know that what? Muscle is heavier than fat. A pound of muscle is heavier than a pound of fat. Okay? So if you have a pound of good solid muscle on a scale, and you get another scale that has a pound of strawberries or raspberries or something, if you put the muscle in your left hand and the berries in your right hand, the muscle is going to be heavier. It's going to feel heavier, but they're going to weigh the same. And guess what? You're losing those inches. So don't be so let down if weight loss is the thing, especially if you know that you're incorporating some resistance training, some weight training. Don't be let down. Nice motivation. Uh, oh, to help with the high blood pressure. Yes, Joshua. Yes, that's why we have to tell people, you know, go to your appointments. Go to your appointments. You know, I see a lot of times people are saying to do this and to do that, but a lot of them don't even go to their appointments. I think sometimes people feel like if they exercise, that they don't have to go to their appointments. No, go to your appointments, your regularly scheduled appointments, especially if you're of a certain age. Everybody should be going to their scheduled appointments, their scheduled doctor visits, okay? Everybody should. And the disclaimer is that exercise may not be the be all for everything that you have going on if you have issues, but it most definitely will hopefully help you. Hopefully it can help you if you're consistent, if you're persistent. Look at those lab numbers when you go to the doctor. Ask questions. Make sure if they're within normal range. Even if they're in normal range, talk with your doctor about how you're feeling. Okay? It is known that movement is what counts. Movement can help with the cholesterol numbers, can help with the HDL, help to increase the HDL, which is the good cholesterol, lowering the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. Will it lower it the same number of points for one person as it will for the next? We don't know. Will it lower it at all? Some people, it doesn't work. Some people say, well, I worked out, my blood pressure is still elevated, my cholesterol numbers barely moved. Sometimes things are hereditary. It's genetics. Even if it wasn't your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, maybe it's your mother's sister, your dad's sister, maybe your grandmother. Maybe it was nobody, maybe it's you, okay? So be mindful and tell your kids and your nieces and nephews and your siblings what to look for, okay? So hereditary has to start somewhere, right? Has to start somewhere. Feet move to dance moves. Yes, Joshua, around in a circle since my teacher how to dance with stretching. Yes. Gatorade has artificial colors. I rather ice sparkling. You prefer the ice sparkling water over the Gatorade? See, I can understand that. We all have different preferences. We just need to make sure that we're doing things in a healthier way. In a healthier way. Sometimes we don't always do things in the healthiest way, but the start is to do it in a healthier way. So we may not always do things the healthiest way, but the goal is to start doing things in a healthier way. A healthier way. That's the goal. And again, everybody has different goals, but when it comes to exercising, your health is your wealth. Will exercising prevent everything? No. And I think that's why some people get discouraged. But you have to think about it. If you catch, let's say, a simple cold, if you're used to moving around and getting around, you might be able to get over that cold a lot quicker than you could if you were basically a couch potato. Okay? God forbid the flu or something. If you're used to moving around and getting around, your body is used to movement, rotating joints, those muscles getting fed good nourishment, providing those muscles with good circulation. When you do have those things like a minor cold, the flu, a lot of times just being mobile, ambulatory, regularly can help you to get over those things, help you feel better quicker. So let's remember, it's good for your mind, body, and soul. Get out of those areas that aren't good for you. Get out of those areas that aren't good for you. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Stay away from places that make you tend to want to come out of character. Stay out of places that tend to make you want to eat in a way that you shouldn't be eating, in a way that you're trying to improve on. You know, you want to improve, so you can't keep running to the steakhouse, right? And there's nothing wrong with eating a steak, but It's the way it's cooked, right? You cook it at home, you know what's in it. You cook it at home, you know what they use to prepare it. So a lot of times it's not necessarily the restaurant food itself, it's the way the restaurant prepares the food in order to keep business jumping. It's the way the restaurant prepares the food in order to keep business flowing in order to keep the tables turning. Tables turning, the waiters and waitresses know what that means. You're serving. Hey, they've been there, maybe it's been 30 minutes since they got their meal. Those waiters and waitresses start coming around saying, hey, how's the bill? How are the checks? They're trying to turn that table, okay? They got people waiting who want to eat. They got people waiting who want to eat. So again, make sure that you're staying hydrated. It's still really, really hot. And with August, you just never know how hot it's going to get. So unless you have fluid restrictions for medical reasons, try to at least get you 8 cups a day. You really should kind of base that on your body weight, but we're not going to get into that too much, so we're just going to give you the general information. Try to get at least 8 cups a day, you know, because if you exercise or you sweat a lot at work, then that could be more. You probably do need more. But if you have any type of health reason not to drink that much water, hey Vanessa, welcome into the chat, Vanessa. Any kind of fluid restrictions, then make sure that you consult with your doctor before going over the limits that he has set for you. You know, he said you are only supposed to have so many milliliters per day because of a certain reason. Yes, it's hot. It's understandable. Have that conversation with him. Like, hey, doc, it's hot. You know what you have going on. The doc knows what you have going on. And see if you can maybe have a little bit more. He's going to say yes or he's going to say no. Vanessa says, hey, Joshua. He's going to say yes or he's going to say no. Okay? So, if he says no, then guess what? Find more ways to stay cooler. We need to be doing that anyway. So if you can't increase the amount of fluids that you're taking in, find ways to make sure that you remain as cool as possible for most of the day and night. Find a way to make sure that you're staying cool as possible. And if you are on fluid restrictions, pay attention to what you drink. Don't waste your restriction on the things that aren't good for you. If you're on fluid restrictions, stick to water, stick to lemonade, stick to tea maybe even. Just depending on your situation. Those things you can make yourselves. Because you know if you run to McDonald's and get it, it's going to be loaded with sugar. If you make it at home, you can count those empty calories a little bit more, because that's what sugar is. It's just empty calories that are no good for you. We all know that, but we still like a little bit of sugar, right? There are some people who have gotten to a place in their life where they don't really care for a lot of sweets, and that's good. That is good, because it helps you to manage better the sweets that you take in. You know, be mindful of the sweets. Be mindful of the processed things. Have those processed foods as a backup, not as a lifestyle. Have them as a backup in case there's a hurricane. Okay, y'all. She was playing that Luther, and you could hear everything Luther was saying. So thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate those thumbs up. You guys know I like them. I appreciate them. As content creators, we're motivated by them. But I don't push that. I don't fuss about that. Because just the mere mention of it, sometimes even though the person isn't like actively chatting in the chat, it just kind of sends them away. So don't be surprised if you start fussing about your thumbs and then the numbers about to drop, okay? So what I'm going to say is you appreciate it whether you thumbs it up or not. Because if you stop by for a few seconds to a few minutes, guess what? You've supported. You've watched. And we can support in a plethora of ways, numerous ways, other than just the thumb up, right? You can do the thumb up. If you haven't subscribed already, you can hit that subscription. Hold my doorbell, better known as that YouTube notification bell, so that you'll be notified each and every time I go live or upload a short. I rarely upload videos, but hey, tap that bell, hit all. Not only tapping the doorbell, but hitting all. That's 3 ways right there, other than a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you like. If not, thank you for the view. So we got to say thank you. We have to say thank you. I say that all the time because it's the truth. We have to say thank you. It's easy to fuss about stuff, right? It's easy to fuss about stuff. Don't you get tired of fussing? Don't you get tired of fussing? Or better yet, if you're going to fuss, don't fuss about social media. They own these platforms. They do what they want to do, right? They are going to do what they want to do. This is what do you call it when someone offers you something and they didn't have to, right? When someone offers you something and they could just out of the blue give you no reason and say, I just don't want you on the platform. You know, they're extending you a courtesy. They're extending millions of people courtesies. Because like what now, people have gotten addicted to social media. We always thought it would be the young people who have the addictions, the need for it. But no. More and more in life, it's the mature, the seasoned people who have the biggest addictions for social media. Young people do too, but it's expected, right? It's expected. Use social media for what it was meant for. Entertainment, educational, informational purposes only. Networking purposes. It can be a great networking avenue. But monitor yourself with that. Monitor yourself with that. Don't become too attached and don't become too engaged. They made the platform for informational, educational, informative purposes, networking purposes. It was meant to be positive. But we know how humans do. Humans human. Humans be humaning. So again, it's hump day. I hope you guys have been having a great week. It's the middle. Hey, y'all already know what Thursday is. Seems like I'm saying it quicker and quicker and quicker every week. Thursday is the preview to the preview, right? It's like the Eve to Christmas Eve. Yeah, Thursday is it's like the Eve to Christmas Eve. So we know what tomorrow is. So you guys at work, if work has been giving you a hard time, if it gives you a hard time tomorrow, just think, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. Make it through that day. Try to get through Friday, even if Thursday even if somebody or the work itself gives you a hard time Thursday. Just think of Friday as the day that you're gonna try your best to just groove through, right? If it's a good day, great. If it's another messy day at work, just do whatever you did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to get through. And to those of you who only work a 4-day work week, you got one more day. For those of you who work half a day Friday, you got 1.5. Believe you me, that half a day is good. I hear so many people that work Monday through Thursday, and on Friday they work half day, and they love it. They love it. Of course, would they like to have the whole day off? Yes. But to get up and know that they only have to be at work for half a shift, they love it. So again, I'll say it for the second time during this live, watch the legs move. Continue to watch the legs move. Watch the feet move. Be you, do you, get up and move in some form or fashion. Get your cardiovascular activity in, okay? If you can walk and you can talk, that's great. That's wonderful. If you can't, that's good. Just walk. Just walk. That's the most important part. Just walk. Some people may may not be able to do it comfortably. Some people can, they just don't like to. So the most important part is the walking. The most important part is the walking. It's the walking. If you get tired, slow down and or stop. Stop if you need to stop. Regroup. 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 That was a loud truck, y'all. It was really loud. So y'all know I really don't focus on muting too much anymore, because I feel like even though cars are just not good for the environment, we gotta use them, right? So it's like they're just they're a part of our ecosystem. They're a part of the environment. We hear them every day. When we go out, we hear them. What I really don't like is when the wind starts to knock against the microphone of the phone. That is so annoying. When the wind hits that microphone in a way that just, oh my gosh. It's just so annoying to the ear. And a lot of times we don't know. So, and we can't help it because we're outside. So I don't get mad about it, because it's nature. We're in God's element, right? We're outside. If he wants his wind to blow, he's gonna blow. Just like if he wants his sun to shine, it's hot, but it's gonna shine, right? So if that wind gets to be too much, just let me know. Let me know. I'll try to mute a little bit. Yes, Vanessa. Yes, it's like, it's annoying to hear that wind against the phone, the microphone. Like I hear other people when they're live. If they're outside, sometimes they can just be gardening or something, but they can't help it. They can't help it. You're outside. We're in God's world. We're in God's element. So it's nature, and it's even like that. Even with the cars, even though they're man-made, that's just a part of life. The trains. When I'm in a certain area, that train comes around the same time. And if it's just too much, I try to catch it and mute. Hey, Stefan, how you doing? Welcome into the chat. Glad to see you, bro. Glad to see you. We've been hanging out today, Stefan. We've been hanging out today. Stefan was over in my sis local Libras chat. We was having a blast, having a ball. And I appreciate you, Stefan, for coming over here. You are appreciated. Each and every one of you guys are appreciated. Vanessa, Joshua, Betty, Buddha was in here. Badass was in here earlier. I appreciate you guys for coming in. My bro Chef Finance Wine was in here yesterday. I wonder what he's doing today. He's probably somewhere whipping up something to eat. Whipping up something to eat. So if you're in here, I do appreciate you, because you could be anywhere else, but you stopped to have a word with me for a few. So I appreciate you. If you catch the replay, thank you. I appreciate that as well. I appreciate that as well. So we're just doing our daily cool down, right? Which turns into a daily what? Walk and talk. That's why it's the walk and talk. It's not even a cool down, because it's a walk and talk. I've already done my cool down. See, when you stop and start doing things like this, I'm acting like I want to get that heart rate back up again. Okay? Make sure that you pay attention to your maximum heart rate. Okay? Make sure you pay attention. Know what it is. Know what it is. Make sure you know what your maximum heart rate is. Therefore, you can figure out your target heart rate for exercise, for cardiovascular activity. Okay? That way you can figure out your target heart rate for cardiovascular activity. We want to work. The heart is a muscle as well. The same way we train and do weight resistance with our muscles, that's the goal of cardio for our heart. Okay? But make sure that you can. Make sure that you can. And we said it, this is what, the third time? Contact your primary healthcare provider, his physician's assistant, his CRNP, physical therapist, occupational therapist, wellness trainer, fitness trainer, nutritionist, your specialty doctors. It's a team effort. I always say those people lock arm in arm to create a circle around you. I call that circle an atom, and you are the nucleus. You are the nucleus. So I always let them know if something's just not feeling right, let them know. Let them know. You guys can go back, look at some things, change some things. He's going to have a conversation with you, and you just modify. He's going to modify the plan, the routine, and get you back on a good regimen. He's going to modify the plan, the routine, and get you back on a good regimen. Because you want to work the body. You definitely want to work the body, but you don't want to hurt the body. Work the body, work the body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Vanessa says, hi, Stefan. Stefan says, hey, Vanessa. So what do you guys have planned for the rest of the week? What do you have planned for the rest of the weekend? Are you just chilling? Are you just kind of taking it day by day? You know, there's so much in the news. There's so much going on in the news. Just hoping the news calms down, right? Just hoping some of the things in the news that are going on starts to calm down. Starts to calm down. Really hoping some of the things going on in the news starts to calm down. You're just chilling, Vanessa? I don't blame you. A lot of times that's the best thing to do. Look, that's the most fun to have, right? Sometimes chilling is the most fun to have. Relax your mind. Get those emotions in check. Do something calming. Listen to something, some white noise. Listen to some white noise. Just kind of get it together mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Try to deal with it. Where is Debbie? Where is Debbie? Betty says, I'm going to rest this weekend. Work has been so busy. Get you some rest, Betty. Get you some rest. Look, rest and relaxation. Okay, another R word. Y'all know one of the favorite letters over here is R, right? S, because self is a favorite word. Self-love, self-care. Rest yourself. You know, rest yourself, rest your mind, rest your body, rest your soul. You want to relax, release, okay? Relate to the things that you can that happen, to the things that you can't. Eventually you will, or things it will be what they will be. Put prayer on it, okay? Put prayer on it. Take it to God in prayer. So we're going to relate to the things that we can. We're going to reset, right? We're going to refocus. We're going to regroup. We're going to become rejuvenated. We're going to become rejuvenated. And then we're going to press that button and restart again, okay? We're going to restart. Where is Debbie? Which coast is Debbie on? Because I've been hearing about Debbie, but I've been working, then coming. I either work out, go to work, and then come home and try to do some things after work. So I've been hearing about Debbie, but I haven't really just paid attention to where Debbie is. Is Debbie in the on the East Coast or the Gulf? It seems like the West Coast doesn't get as many. It seems like the West Coast doesn't get as many hurricanes. Off South Carolina will be over North Carolina tomorrow, but it is raining now. Okay, I got you, Stefan. I got you. I got you. And praying, Stefan. Praying for you and your family. Praying for you and your family. Praying for you and your family. You guys take care of yourselves. Be safe wherever you are. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people who are in your surroundings, those known and unknown, okay? Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people within your surroundings, those known and those unknown. Don't allow certain people in your surroundings, okay? If you find yourself, what do I say? In a lounge, a miserable lounge, a misery lounge, remove yourself from that lounge, okay? Because those people are either trying to make you miserable, or they're just enjoying the misery that they may see you in. So GYGAG, grab your grip and go. Grab your grip and go. Go back to your happy place. Go back to your happy lounge. Even if it's not happy, you don't have to deal with someone else who is miserable or trying to change you and mold you into what they want you to be. You are who you are. That's why I say people don't know people. You only see one side of people. Okay? So go where you're happy. If you're not happy, don't go there. If you're not happy, leave there. I always stick to this comparison. Significant others, spouses, family members will walk around the house for days or weeks and won't speak to each other. But people on social media act like they have to be acknowledged. Why? Why? People walk around places all the time who know each other. When they're angry with each other, they won't speak to each other. They don't interact. And if they do interact in subliminal ways or whatever, guess what? They know those people. That's family. That's friends, frenemies, whatever they are. But when you truly don't know a person, the only thing you really can do is realize that you don't know them and they don't know you. And don't be in a place that you don't want to be. Don't be in a place that you don't want to be. And quit complaining about the environment. We all have an ecosystem, and we're trying to keep our ecosystem as calm and balanced as possible. We want a good equilibrium in our ecosystem. So we are praying that whoever is in the area or the potential path of Debbie, we're hoping that Debbie calms. We're hoping that Debbie calms down and that you guys are okay. Hopefully just the rain. Just the rain. I love rain. Y'all know I love ocean sounds. The sound of the ocean is my number one sound when it comes to nature. And of course, rain is a close second. Rain is a close second. You guys know that. So, yeah. Those things calm you. They relax you. But then you have things that calm and relax, other things that calm and relax people as well. That's why I was talking about like that, the white noise, the noise from the fan. Yes, Vanessa, like a running fan, you know, a heater, certain heaters, when they run. Some people, even the sound of a refrigerator. Have y'all noticed the sound of a refrigerator can have a calming effect? Now, if your refrigerator is loud, that means you need to defrost it, okay? Y'all, that means you need to defrost it. If that thing isn't self-defrosted, you need to defrost it. If that refrigerator is running loud, don't sit there and listen to that noise talking about that's your ASMR. Don't sit there and listen to that refrigerator talking about that's your ASMR. Look, that's your cue to keep it moving, to get up and move, because you know moving can be house chores as well. What do we say? Walking, sprinting, jogging, running, stationary bike, regular bicycle, elliptical, treadmill, swimming. Get out there and play some badminton, do something, play volleyball, jump rope, skip, hop, dance, I said, like Salt and Pepper said, dance. And you want to relax that mind, which will also relax, you know, get you into a better emotional space. Listen to some ocean sounds, some rain sounds. That's how we started over here. Okay? The ocean and the rain sounds. Listen to those sounds. Relax your mind, relax your body, relax your soul. Okay? And remember, try your best to take out 30 minutes each day to get some type of cardiovascular activity. You don't have to be a track star. You don't have to be a runner. But just move. Consistent movement. Consistency is key. Okay? And if you have any issues Moderation is key. Just like with eating, when we're eating, we can enjoy certain things that aren't always quite the best things to eat, but moderation is key. Okay? Go to your doctor, but before you may set your appointment and it may be a month out and you just want to move, do something lightweight, okay? Lightweight, light resistance, and light movement until you can get to him and you guys can figure out a good plan, routine, regimen for you. And then you implement it. You put it to work. You put it in action. You have a plan of action, get to it. Once he gives you the plan, once you guys figure out the plan, don't hesitate. Don't procrastinate. Get to it. Get to it. The sooner you get to it, the better you'll start to feel. Or at least if you go ahead and get to it, you'll know what you need to do to change. Maybe you need to modify some things. Okay? So look at the legs move. Watch the legs move. Watch the legs move. Be motivated to get up and move your legs. Okay? Let someone else's motivation be just the seed. Don't let it be the blueprint. Just let it be the seed to create your own blueprint. Let it be the seed to create your own blueprint. Let it be the seed to create your own blueprint. It's almost been an hour, y'all. So y'all know what time it is. I try not to stay on here any longer than an hour, maybe hour and a half. Because an hour live is a long live. Y'all, that's a long live. Sometimes it flies by, you know, when you're talking and you're engaging, especially when you get on certain topics and those topics are interesting. Yes, Vanessa, yes. When you get on certain topics and those topics are interesting, the live can be like an hour and it'll feel like you've only been on 15 minutes because time flies when you're having fun, right? But an hour is a long live. There are 24 hours in a day. And imagine the amount of time that we spend on here. Anyway, you know, some lives are 2 hours, 3 hours. Come on now. Once it started to go there, you know, it's all good. But that's really, really time consuming. Get up and get outside. Get up and go somewhere. Like we tell our kids, get off the game, right? Get up, go sit on the porch, go outside. And there are a lot of things that you can do while you're live. But we're still what? Holding that device or monitoring that device. Holding and or monitoring that device. It's almost like you're under a spell. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. I've done that probably once. Like I said, the panel was jumping. We was coming and going. People was popping on and popping off. People were cooking. People was having a blast. So it can happen. It can happen. Being on a live for 5, 6, 7 hours can happen. But just me on here talking that long, H to the E to the LL, okay? H to the E to the LL, no. H to the E to the LL, no. I'm not going to even put any of my ASMR up that long. About 2 hours, 3. It's pushing it for me. Because there is, like we tell our kids, there's so much more to that video than what you're doing in that video game. Get up and do something. Go outside, even if you don't go outside. Look at something constructive on TV. Look at National Geographic. Or look at a 30-minute sitcom. Something to make you laugh. Look at something that'll make you laugh. Look at something you don't want to look at something sad, but you want to look at things that, you know, sometimes people lack empathy. And it's funny to say, look at something that'll make you feel for someone else. Hopefully it's not anything going on too rough or too bad. But the more and more we handle these devices and engage with these devices, It seems like the less empathy that there is in the world. The less empathy that there is in the world. So do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. But don't let someone else's motivation be your motivation. Let their motivation jumpstart you. Let it be just what it said. Motivation. Motivate you. But if you depend on it, then it's kind of like depending on someone else to pull you up by your bootstraps. Okay? Let it be the catalyst. Let somebody else's motivation be the catalyst. Because sometimes we do need a push. Y'all, we need a push or a pull. We need a push or a pull, right? Sometimes we do need a push or a pull. We need somebody to tell us, uh-oh. Okay, he gave his warning. He gave his warning signal. He's by the track, by the street. He gave his warning signal. That's the second time. So see, so you know we've been on here a while. This is the second time. So we got to get out of here, y'all. And as I always say, don't let bothered people bother you. And if it starts to bother you, start to deal with it in a lighthearted, petty, kind of silly way. Okay? Because that's the best thing to get something off your mind and off your nerves. It's to push back pettily. Push back in a silly way. We are adults, but hey, adults be on here doing all kinds of unadult-like things. It ain't nothing wrong with being silly sometimes, a little petty sometimes. So don't let bothered people bother you. When they start to bother you, be a little petty, be a little silly, and keep it moving. Just like we want to keep these legs moving. Good night, Vanessa. Thank you for joining the live. You, Stefan, Badass, Joshua, Betty from Retirement Days. You guys, when I say Betty, I'm speaking to Retirement Days. Okay? Okay? Just in case no one, people are wondering. Badass, thank you all. Buddha came in earlier because we started, y'all, and I had to stop because I realized that I didn't have much charge. I didn't have much charge on my phone. So again, watch the legs move. Look at the legs move. Be motivated to get up and move your own. Okay, you want to stretch before, during, if necessary, for those who find that necessary, and after. After. Okay? And even when you're stretching, make sure you do your research on how to stretch. You don't want to get up and pop and pull that neck too long the wrong way, okay? You don't want to end up snatching that knee too hard or putting too much pressure on that knee because you're thinking you're getting a good stretch, okay? You don't want to hurt yourself. You want to work your body, make sure you don't hurt your body. Now, on that note, I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, negativity, wherever those two lock hand in hand, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. Get out of those misery lounges, okay? Stay out of them. Stay out of them. And don't care about what people think of you. Because they don't feed you, they don't clothe you, they don't pay your bills. So you're going to keep being you. You've been you for how long? From birth to adulthood? So no, an adult can't do nothing with you. Be free, free-minded. Set your mind free. Do the things that you like to do. Okay? And just be you. So on that note, I'm going to see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live in Lions Pride. It's the Lord's will. That will be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow is the eve to the weekend's eve. Okay? So if you're looking forward to that weekend, you don't have much longer to go. You don't have much longer to go. Thank you, Stefan. Have a good night. Again, stay safe. Prayers going up. Much love to each and every one of you guys. Bye, y'all.